a matter of courtesy, I spoke with both the senators from Utah. They didn't agree with what I was doing, but they were gracious.
Now at 5, President Biden reversing a Trump administration order. 2 Utah national monuments restored to their original boundaries. Why some Utah lawmakers are expressing disappointment with the president's decision.
We're not sure when the canyons will be open, if they'll be open in the next few days.
Plus, we're on storm watch. Fast-moving and potentially powerful storms could slam the entire state. We're live from southern Utah, where there are growing flash flood fears.
We're not anticipating all that much, but this is where we start seeing that weather change over to storms like this.
And slippery when wet. The Department of Transportation isn't taking any chances. 2 popular canyon passes will be closed in just hours. We're live with the latest.
Live. We're there for you. ABC4 News at 5 starts now.
A wet start to your weekend. It's where we begin on the ABC4 News at 5. Good evening. I'm Emily Clark, in for Emily Flores.
And I'm Glenn Mills. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We are going to take a live look, state line to state line, string of storms making their way through Utah. This is I-15 northbound right now. You can see the road a little bit wet, and we can certainly expect some slick conditions throughout the night. We're tracking this severe weather tonight with team coverage. Southern Utah correspondent Jordan Verdadero live outside of Zion National Park with a look at conditions there. Meanwhile, ABC4's Haley Hendricks is standing by up Big Cottonwood Canyon with more on the upcoming road closures. But we're going to begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy. She's standing by with the very latest information tonight. Alana.
Hi, friends. You see those soggy cameras with both of our reporters out in the field. We have closed out the work week with some very wet conditions, heavy rain at times, and you can expect periods of moderate to heavy rain as we make it through the rest of our Friday, and holding on for portions of the state as we get through the weekend. Look at that, gusty winds with that rain coming through. We take a look because this low pressure system really has a good hold on the Great Basin, bringing in wet weather and dropping those snow levels. It will leave moisture behind as well as cooler temperatures. Right now, we're watching this line of storms that's going to move over the Great Salt Lake. Northern Cache Valley, seeing some storms. Malad getting hit. Also see that swath of moisture into Tooele County, heading towards the central portion of the state, up the backside of the Wasatch near Summit County, as well as Heber. Eastern Utah still active over I-70. We also know near I-15 and Castle Country still dealing with those showers. All right, check this out. This is what St. George has been dealing with. Water rising, yeah, those dry creek beds, not dry anymore with heavier rain. We have seen a flash flood warning down there at Zion National Park, and we still have moisture holding steady from Washington County all the way up towards Beaver, our mountain towns including Panguitch, Antimony, Loa, definitely dealing with that wet weather tonight. We've got a flood watch in effect for northern Utah, Box Elder, and Cache Valley, looking at the potential of embedded thunderstorms packing a punch, and we could see flooding in places like basements and low-lying areas. Also, until 6 o'clock, Springdale near Zion National Park, that flood watch holds steady after heavy rains have moved through the area. We know that this wet weather isn't finished just yet, and in the mountains, that is straight snow. Live look at Alto. We are seeing snow above 9,000 feet, and we know as these snow levels fall, it definitely means extra caution on the roads and some closures. Our very own Haley Hendricks joins us live at the mouth of the Cottonwood Canyons. Haley, what can you tell us about changes for the weekend?
Emily, well, these cooler mountain temperatures are certainly bringing with it wet and slick roads. Now, as we head into this weekend and the storm continues to move in this weekend, Utah Department of Transportation crews are closing the road to Guardsman Pass for the weekend. Spokesperson John Gleason says this scenic byway that connects the Salt Lake Valley to Heber Valley closes tonight at 9 o'clock and is set to reopen Sunday as long as weather conditions improve.
This is about the time of year that we see Utah weather transition, and I think, you know, this storm pattern is a good indicator that we are making that transition right now.
Now up Little Cottonwood Canyon, Alta Summer Road is also closing this evening until next year. Reporting live in Big Cottonwood Canyon, Haley Hendricks, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Haley. Storms also sweeping across southern Utah. Washington County just one of the places seeing rain. It's prompting some closures at Zion National Park. ABC4 Southern Utah correspondent Jordan Verdadero live outside the park for us tonight. Jordan, what's it looking like there?
Emily, it's definitely chilly outside. Just the other day it was in the 80s and now it's in the 50s, and it's been raining steadily here all day. The roads are slick, so be careful of that if you're driving toward this area. And when I got up to Springdale, I got a flash flood warning on my phone from the National Weather Service, and it's saying conditions are dangerous. Traveling may be life-threatening. Visitors here in Springdale tell me they are disappointed about this rain and are having to find other things to do near Zion National Park. I spoke to tourists who say they're upset because many people booked their trip months in advance and came here specifically for the Narrows, which is closed due to flash flooding potential in slot canyons.
We're not sure when the canyons will be open, if they'll be open in the next few days. So we have to kind of rethink about what we're going to do, what's our priorities.
While these visitors may be upset, a lot of the locals tell me they're actually happy to see some steady rainfall here in dry southern Utah. Reporting live in Springdale, I'm Jordan Verdadero, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Jordan. This afternoon, for the second time in 2 presidential administrations, the boundaries of Bears Ears National Monument will be changed. Just hours ago, President Biden signing an executive order reversing the Trump administration's decision to downsize not only Bears Ears, but Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument as well. Like everything else, the management of public lands has become politicized. Utah Senator Mitt Romney tweeted, quote, "Yet again, Utah's national monuments are being used as a political football between administrations." Earlier today, President Joe Biden signing an executive order restoring Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante monuments to their original boundaries.
Today, we shall shortly be signing a proclamation to fully restore the boundaries of Bears Ears. And second, I'm restoring Utah's Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, a place of unique and extraordinary geology as well as biodiversity.
It's a move that indigenous groups and environmentalists applaud.
Tribal peoples have long been trying to preserve and protect sacred land. That's what this is all about.
But Republicans and conservatives criticize. In a joint statement, Governor Cox and other state Republican leaders expressed their disappointment with the president's decision. It reads in part, quote, "President Biden's decision to expand the monuments is disappointing, though not surprising. For the past 10 months, we have consistently offered to work with the Biden administration on a permanent legislative solution, one that would end the perpetual enlarging and shrinking of these monuments." Back in 2017, President Trump sent his Interior Secretary to southern Utah to assess the monuments, which he later downsized. At the time, President Trump called the monument designations a, quote, "massive land grab that should never have happened," unquote. President Trump's move made mineral extraction possible on land considered sacred by the Navajo, Hopi, Zuni, Ute, and Mountain Ute tribes.
Tribal peoples have long been trying to preserve and protect sacred land. That's what this is all about. For us, we're intimately tied to the land. Our spirits are there, our ancestors are there.
This past April, President Biden's Interior Secretary, Deb Haaland, toured the vast expanses of the monuments and visited the Red Rocks, buttes, cliff dwellings, and petroglyphs before offering recommendations to the White House.
The president's actions today writes a new chapter that embraces indigenous knowledge, ensures tribal leadership has a seat at the table, and demonstrates that by working together, we can build a brighter future for all of us.
Aside from Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante, President Biden also restored protections to Northeast Canyons and Seamounts Marine in Rhode Island.
We're still in the thick of it, and we anticipate to be at these capacities now for probably another 2 to 4 weeks.
Still ahead, data showing case counts are starting to drop nationwide, but are Utah's trends following suit? Why one local doctor says at-home tests make it harder to see the whole picture.
Plus, the Utah Jazz still awaiting the debut of newcomer Rudy Gay. And also, which nickname is he going to go with? We're going to hear from him coming up in sports.
And there's that look at Deer Valley. Rain today, snow tomorrow. We're going to break it down when it comes to those dropping snow levels as we close out the work week soggy in Utah's most accurate forecast.
You're watching ABC4 News.
We're back with troubling news about Utah's healthcare system amid the COVID-19 surge.
Intermountain Healthcare says all of its ICUs are at 99% occupancy, and we're not seeing a downward trend like many originally thought. ABC4's Jillian Smuckler speaking with an infectious disease doctor to see exactly where we're at and the road ahead.
We're still in the thick of it, and we anticipate to be at these capacities now for probably another 2 to 4 weeks.
COVID patients are filling up Utah's hospitals fast, and these trends are showing no signs of stopping anytime soon.
We are at a level where we've been, and we've been here now for a number of weeks. We haven't really seen a decline in any of our capacity issues, and so we're just remaining at 100% essentially. So we continue to be full, and what's driving that is the COVID-19 cases.
Frontline workers are overwhelmed as they're having to take care of more patients with less resources. Aside from the obvious strain on our healthcare system, people who are dealing with other health complications are paying the price.
People that are having strokes due to clot in their arteries, or they have blockages in their heart, they need those surgeries. But we unfortunately just can't offer them at this time because there's no way to care for them post-operatively.
Because of the lack of space and staff, there's a big push to move patients from the ICU to the medical floor to open up more beds. And transfers are no longer feasible.
Typically, Intermountain accepts those with open arms, and at this point, we're unable to, assist our partners in neighboring states to be able to accept those patients.
As we continue to see high volumes of patients who are coming in sicker, many fear conditions will only get worse.
We're, making plans of, what will happen, what do we need to do to staff ICUs and staff hospital floors in case the numbers go up.
Especially as people get together for the holidays and spend more time indoors during the winter months. So the big question is, will we see a repeat of last year?
The amount of people in our community that are susceptible to severe disease is much less this winter compared to last winter. And that's something that's in our advantage.
Even still,
I don't think we anticipate really big surges over the winter. That being said, I said that this summer, and look where we are. And so we clearly don't always have this right.
In the meantime, they're pleading with Utahns to get vaccinated, claiming it's our best bet at ending this pandemic. Reporting in Salt Lake City, Jillian Smuckler, ABC4 News.
Dr. Stenium also says it's hard to know exactly where we stand with our current case counts because of at-home COVID testing. He says that's because those results do not get reported to the state.
A murder investigation underway tonight in Park City. One man dead, another in custody. The Summit County Sheriff's Office says a woman found a man's body on the ground while walking her dog. It happened yesterday morning in the Highland Estates neighborhood of Park City. Deputies say 50-year-old John Craig was shot in the chest. According to the Sheriff's Office, he lived in the basement of the home and was renting from 58-year-old James Ramsdell, who lived upstairs. Deputies say the two were drinking together when they got into a fight. That's when they say Ramsdell allegedly shot Craig.
We don't know the specifics of what actually caused the argument. However, anytime that you are drinking heavily and you get into an argument and then you introduce a firearm, it turned out to be a very bad day.
The Summit County Sheriff's Office later arrested Ramsdell for the shooting. He now faces several charges, including first-degree murder. Deputies say there's no surveillance video of the shooting, but they say a witness is helping them piece together what did happen.
New at 5, the United States Marshal Service offering a reward for a wanted man out of West Valley City. They're posting a $2,000 reward for any information that helps lead to the arrest of this man here, Noel Munoz Lopez. He's wanted for violating his parole. West Valley City Police say he's also a person of interest in the murder of 82-year-old Farrell Barczki. That happened earlier this week. If you have any tips, call West Valley City Police. The number for you right there on the screen.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rate certified 10 years in a row.
Okay, it's a busy day for the one and only Chief Meteorologist, Alana Brophy.
Yep, what's the latest, Alana?
Well, it's soggy out there. You know, we saw those periods of moderate rain, and the rain continues. Live look at eastern Utah. Temperatures in the 50s in Moab, and we've got soggy grass, pavement, and deck over by the Colorado River. We're tracking those storms out there because we're not finished. We know as we head into the evening hours, thunderstorm potential holds on, and so does the chance for heavy rain. Cooler air is on the way. You already feel those changes if you step out and it's raining in your backyard. And mountain snow. It's a thing, folks. Live look at Solitude above 9,000 feet. The snow's falling right now in Big Cottonwood Canyon, and we know those snow levels will start to fall as we get through the evening hours and into tomorrow morning and afternoon. We also have that elevated thunderstorm threat for the West Desert and the Wasatch Front. That marginal risk means the thunderstorms that come through could have heavy rain, gusty winds, and the chance of hail, the general threat throughout the rest of central and eastern Utah. And we've already seen some of those strong storms. Satellite showing the cloud cover that encompass the state, that swath of moisture in southern Utah funneled over to the east, and the storms in the north. We see Utah County active. That's going to push into Salt Lake County as we get through the next hour, and the line of storms in the northwest desert. We'll keep our eye on that in the last half hour to Willa County, starting to get walloped there. Also the case in eastern Utah. Let's zoom in. This line of storms coming over the Great Salt Lake could see enhancement. Brigham City heads up. Also northern portion of Cache Valley. And this is what's going to keep us active into tonight as that gets closer to the Wasatch Front, to Willa County with the wet weather all the way up through southwestern Wyoming. And we know southern Utah dealing with it as well, and we're going to continue to see that as we get through the next several hours. We zoom out, get over towards Green River, over I-70, and then down south. Right now, Iron County, Panguitch, Antimony, Loa, all the way up I-15 towards Beaver. Heads up there because, yeah, we're not done. Look at downtown Salt Lake. Boy, you can see the showers and the storms out in the distance in the West Desert. They're going to keep moving in. Temperatures sitting in the 50s. Ogden's at 61, 59 in St. George. Salt Lake, Provo, and St. George matching temperature. Do we say any more? Because that just tells the story. We're going to see 50s and 60s holding steady for tonight in Salt Lake with a chance of scattered thunderstorm activity. It's all because of this low, and as we head into Saturday, the low keeps us active. We are looking at the beginning of your weekend bringing in rain showers and dropping snow levels to 7,500 feet. Here's some drier air. Starts to move in for Sunday. We get a bit of a break, but it doesn't last long because our next trough drops in. Cooler air with it. It's going to bring more wet weather, and that's Monday into Tuesday with the winds really picking up. Also, for fun, we've got a winter weather advisory in effect. That went into effect at 6 a.m. It holds until 6 p.m. for the western Uintas. We are talking about 4 to 12 inches of snow. Monte Cristo Loop impacted by this. Good news for hunters. If you're going up there, you're going to see winter travel conditions. It's good news because we need the moisture, but not great news if you're going to be out there hunting. Just know those roads are going to get a little dicey, and again, that holds on through the day tomorrow. The Wasatch Mountains will be picking up snow, accumulating snow. Alta could see up to 8 inches. 50s for tomorrow, 55 in Price, 68 in Moab, low 70s in St. George. Did I just say in October that Alta could see up to 8 inches? It's a thing. This is a strong storm system and a shift in the pattern. We all feel it. Here's a look at the next 7 in St. George. Showers for tomorrow, and then Sunday we get a bit of a break. That storm system rolls in Tuesday. More rain coming back to southern Utah, and a day in the 50s. That's going to feel like a shock to the system. Here's the Wasatch Front. Rain showers for tomorrow, a little more isolated and spotty as we get through the afternoon. Drier on Sunday. Winds pick up with more cloud cover throughout the day. Monday, we see that rain moving in, and then that cold air comes. So Tuesday and Wednesday, we get that wintry mix, sloppy mix of rain and snow potential in our valleys. So a heads up there, our benches and mountains could see some snow. Daytime highs in the 40s, isolated showers into Wednesday. Hey, Thursday and Friday of next week. I don't know how I feel about the 50s, but they're coming. Below average temperatures for the next 7 days. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
Hey, Alana, if you're ever going to say 8 inches of snow in October, this is the year we need it, right?
You're right. We definitely do. Okay, let's talk my other favorite subject, and that is Utah Jazz.
Well, first of all, if my hair gets wet covering high school football tonight, I'm going to be mad at Alana.
I think I might.
Yeah, the Jazz have 2 more preseason games coming up at home next week, but we won't get to see Rudy Gay until at least the start of the regular season. He's trying to be cautious after undergoing surgery on his heel.
This team was the #1 team in the league last year without me. So, I mean, that gives me all the cushion I need. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is a good team with or without me. I just want to contribute and, you know, get them over the hump. And I think, with that being said, I have to be 100% healthy to do that.
To that end, Gay had surgery in May, and he's starting to feel better.
I see myself as a very tough guy because I played with it for 5 years. But, you know, I feel like this is a chance for me to come into, you know, this Jazz organization with, you know, no setbacks, no pain or anything, just come in and just be able to contribute right away.
Man, he's been a great leader for us. Also still trying to learn. So he's trying to get caught up as fast as he can, so he's constantly asking questions. And but guys love him. We're excited to get him back, you know, healthy and ready to go.
I'm a pro. I'm a competitor. I see places where I can insert myself, and places where the team's lacking and where I can help.
Most games we're going to go to Don at the end of the game, but one game might be Rudy Gay. It might be Rudy Gay in the post. It might be a turnaround jump shot or something like that gets us over the hump, or a defensive stop. So he's capable of doing all that, and we're looking forward to, you know, getting him up to speed so he can become that person that we know he can be.
And he's also working on a nickname. Here's some he's testing out.
We were running through a couple, you know, Ocho Poppy, G Poppy, G Poppy. I don't know. But I don't know. It was Big Rudy, but, you know, I might ruffle a couple feathers around here.
Yeah, too bad for Rudy Gay that the Utah Jazz have the only other NBA player named Rudy already on the roster, and he's bigger than Rudy Gay, so that Big Rudy nickname, it's probably out.
I think that's definitely out. We're going to have some home games next week, right?
Yeah, that's right. They play Monday against New Orleans, then Wednesday against the defending world champion Milwaukee Bucks, and the regular season starts on October 20th. Are you ready, Emily?
Oh,
Are you ready?
So darn excited.
Seems crazy. It's already here to me.
Can't wait for some hoops.
Yeah, go Jazz. We'll be right back. Finally at 5, a little something to celebrate. University of Utah police coming across an unexpected visitor on campus. That is Frankie the giant tortoise.
Oh, Glenn, you did so great on that. Campus police found this guy near the orthopedic center. After connecting with the Utah Reptile Rescue, they were able to bring this guy home, reuniting him with his caretakers at the Salt Lake Veterans Home.
Huh, so he came from the Veterans Home and they found him on campus.
What was he doing at the Veterans Home? Does
Taking
he live there?
a walk.
He probably like helps the...
He is very calming.
Yeah.
Guys,
That'd be
he's
my
getting
guess.
ready for brumation. He's got to get around the block. He's got to see the sights before he goes to sleep. It's how we roll.
It just takes him a little while.
I mean, an easy, leisurely stroll on a Friday. Hey, we've got wet weather out there. We're watching it move into Salt Lake County, active in northwest Utah, southern Utah, and on the eastern side of the state. Your Saturday, it's soggy. We're going to see showers and cooler temperatures, 50s in the north, low 70s down south, and we know these periods of moderate rain, they're going to stick around. We've got to keep our eye on those thunderstorms as we get into tonight.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We always appreciate having you with us. Remember, we're always online, abc4.com. You can also interact with us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you back here at 6.